Hello and welcome to Investors Hangout, your weekly guide to making smarter financial decisions. This series is brought to you by Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund and Value Research. Now, markets go through phases, sometimes roaring with inflows and sometimes cooling off. But through it all, what matters the most is how you, the investor, reacts. So today, we'll talk about the recent mutual fund trends and how you, the investor, should react in such situations. So welcome, Dhirendra.
Thank you.
Let's start this conversation with a news item that made headlines a few weeks back, that mutual fund inflows apparently they came down, and they don't go up in one direction. It keeps it is volatile. That's the nature of the market as well. So can you please explain what exactly happened?
What exactly happened was that newspapers have to invent a headline. Last month, the mutual fund inflows on a net basis dropped, but they dropped from a very high of nearly 43,000 crore came in the month of July, and that slipped to something like 33,000 crore. So it's a still massive inflow. Not to forget that the SIP inflow remains very strong. 28,000 crore flowing into mutual funds by way of SIP every month after a year when mutual funds on a one-year basis has not given any return. I think we can't expect anything more than that. There is no deceleration. It's a very small intermittent blip, some decline for some reason, nothing beyond that. There's one more thing happening. Many new companies are getting started. They are raising money. Besides that, new kind of fund getting started. The array of new index fund that we have seen in recent years or recent past and last 1 year is phenomenal, and it's very strong inflows in that, and that will keep happening. Some months we will have many of these new funds, some months we won't have. So I don't think we can draw any conclusion that there is a deceleration. In fact, I'm very pleased with and I'm very surprised with the scale of investments moving into mutual fund despite sluggish performance in the recent past.
So what if I just started an SIP at high market levels?
Just have patience, and you should not have invested in equity funds starting your SIP with 3 months in mind, 1 year in mind, 2 year in mind. Just be at it. Make sure that you carry on with your SIP and feel happy that you are investing at a time when the market is not going up very rapidly. And it's not crumbling even. So that is also confidence inspiring for many investors. And it is very profitable for you if the market does not go up. If you have accidentally come into equity fund with a very short-term high expectation, you are in for disappointment. Reconcile yourself, make up your mind, or take your money out if you are not losing money, if you are likely to need this money after 3 months, 6 months, because in the short run, equity markets can disappoint. Invest small sum of money, but invest that money which you are unlikely to need for at least 4-5 years.
Okay. The numbers also said that NFOs slowed down. So why do NFOs really matter to monthly numbers?
Because that is the new inflow in terms of AMFI reporting of new money coming into mutual fund. It is a variety of things. So investors invest through SIPs, lump sum investment, and new funds. New fund is also inflow. And new funds come with a bang. And many a times, some interesting funds are able to strike a chord with investors. They are being talked about more, they are advertised more, they are being promoted more, and many people are incentivized more to promote them. And that is why they are able to attract new set of investors. Many a times investors still have this notion that they are investing in a new thing and new must be better, which is not true, but that's the general belief or understanding that new must be good. So new funds they do really attract large sum of money, and they contribute heavily to this new mobilization, new inflows too. So if new funds are not launched, there will be less inflow through new funds, and that is what happened.
Okay. Now, keeping all of this in mind, what should investors really do?
If you are a long-term investor doing your SIP, do nothing. In fact, I would urge you to not come to Value Research Online and look at daily investment values. And more so in your first year, because that is the time when you are accumulating, when you have to fall in habit of doing it and doing it for the long run. That's one. One-time investor, lump sum investor who are waiting with their accumulation and trying to invest, you should also have patience and don't try to time it. If you are thinking that the market will go down and you'll invest, you just might keep waiting. Spread it over next 6 months, spread it over next 1 year, depending on how important that money is. But get started. If not, spread it over the next 3 months. You never know when the market will actually start going up, and you will keep regretting. And if you're investing for many, many years, I don't think it is easy to pay, and you will not have, it's very difficult to catch a market low simply because you are waiting. Then comes, there are investors who have invested in mid-cap and small-cap funds. They came with huge expectations. That is a set of fund which did very well a year or two ago. And many a times investors were tempted to invest their lump sum money here. They may be little disappointed with the kind of return that we have got so far. But at the same time, if you are thinking of 10 years, be at it. Be at it with belief that if India has to grow as an economy, if you are confident of that, many of these portfolios will do exceptionally well. In fact, the promise of and it comes with a risk. All these portfolios, they will have 30-40% of the underlying investments. They will die, or they will struggle, they will not do well. 10-20% which will do exceptionally well, the small companies which will turn very big, and they will have the advantage. That is something which will generate enough return to compensate for all that, and that is what a diversified portfolio is. The other great advantage of a mid and small cap fund is that when you buy these stocks yourself, you have to do a lot of hard work, and you have to put up with a lot of risk, which you will not be able to cut when you are faced with one. In case of mutual fund, there is a basic level of filtering which happens, which I see that the number of actively traded stock could be about 2,000, and the universe of mutual fund investment is not beyond 750 stocks. So that's great. They're able to scale down, and they are able to put some essential validation ensuring quality. Then comes, what you should be doing. Do you need to do anything? I think keep an eye on rebalancing. If you have your asset allocation, if your investment is sizable, if it is equal to more than 5 years of your income or 10 years worth of savings, then think in terms of asset allocation. You have just been doing your equity investment and equity SIP. Should it be 20%? Should it be 35%? Should it be 50%? You decide. But look for an eye, do a rebalancing, put your fixed income allocation, and put a calendar to it.
All right. Now, while you say that this is not worrisome, what is it that would actually worry you?
What will worry me first is we have a very poor GDP growth. The economy derails or slows down substantially. After that, I will be very wary of interest rates going up dramatically. And that will translate into poor corporate earnings. That is something which will really scare me. Then comes sustained SIP cancellations. Many people just giving up that, this again, it is turning out to be a bad deal. And SIP cancellation, and that translates into, translating into sustained outflow. If month after month, investors are pulling out money, and pulling out money is more than the money pouring in. I will worry about it if it happens for 6 months in a row, for 8 months in a row. Otherwise, I don't think there is much to worry. In fact, even if investors for some reason take the money out and the economy is doing well, companies are making more money, I think it will be one opportunity where investors will be rewarded for that, rewarded for their patience.
All right. So the big picture is that all is well so far. Keep calm, carry on, nothing to worry so far. Now moving on to the viewer's question for today. Yashwant Ranade has written in, and he says that I'm 64 years old, retired from the private sector. I've invested in NPS. At present, I don't need the money, but I'm wondering if it's prudent to redeem now. My worry is interest rates are going down, and that will reduce the annuity payout. So what should I do?
If he doesn't need the money, he need not take the money out. Not only that, he can also avoid buying annuity for the 40% which is mandatory for NPS till the age of 75. Based on the kind of annuities available to Indian investors so far, I would always urge investors to avoid buying annuity as much as possible. So avoid till your age of 75, and more so in his case because he's not dependent on the income from his investments. Second comes interest rate changes and the outlook for the market. The long-term outlook for equity remains as bright as it was. And the short-term outlook for interest rate changes, and because of that you should be acting. No, you have to plan it in such a manner that you should be maximizing your return. Particularly in his case, he's very privileged to have a situation where all his NPS accumulation, he's not dependent on that, and that should be as well performing till he does not require the money. So till age 65, till age 75. He can have the maximum equity allocation. Not only that, today it is possible to have 75% equity, 25% fixed income, and it all gets automatically rebalanced. And very soon, he will have other options too as a private sector employee, that he will have 100% allocation, or some interesting investment avenues coming for NPS investors, where he can move the money without any tax impact, any tax incidence.
Right. Well, thank you, Dhirendra, for
Thank
these
you.
insights. Thank you for watching. Keep sending us your questions. We'll answer as many as possible. Take care. Bye for now.